now we're live.
Oh, live, all the way live.
That's right. Welcome, everybody, to another edition of CTE, Chris and Travis Experience. So we got to start off our, hold on. Let me turn my ringer off.
Turn it. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Let me be prepared.
This week's opening song is, let's see.
Thunder, 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 Thundercats!
Oh!
Y'all too young. Y'all don't know nothing about the Thundercats, man. Sooner or later.
Nothing. They did. They tried this. They tried to remake this. New animation and all that. Didn't work. Nope. Sorry. Cartoon
Yeah,
Network.
they did. They did. All right.
Oh, man.
Hold on,
Bring it. The Thundercats. Favorite Thundercat?
Oh, Panthro. You see the bald head?
Not Wile E. Kit and Wile E. Cat?
Nah, it was Panthro.
No, it was Panthro. It was always Panthro.
Always Panthro.
You know Panthro was a brother.
Yeah, exactly. Panthro was black. Everybody knows that. That's how I was like, yeah. Exactly.
The Panthro was black.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right. So, actually, I finally figured this out. I think I got the mix correct. It sounds clearer.
Oh, man, it's very nice.
Look over here. Look at.
Oh, man. Look at it. All the way live.
Yeah.
Man,
so it's looking like it's going to be a nice sounding podcast as opposed to.
Ooh, yeah.
To some of the other ones. I've been working, man. I've been trying to take it to another level. It's working.
You're not moving forward,
Yeah. You're moving backwards or standing still. Or
Standing still.
You're not progressing.
You're dying.
And then everybody else is running past you.
That's right.
All right. So let's get into, how was your weekend, Chris?
I had an actual amazing weekend. I
Oh,
got
really?
to go away for a day or two vacation. Got to go to Tybee Island. I've never been over to Tybee Island.
Tybee Island.
Yes. It's over near Savannah. It's about
Okay. I've been to Savannah.
30 minutes away from Savannah.
And it's an island.
It's a little island.
I have to
It's
explore.
like a Jekyll Island. Kind of.
I have to explore more of the islands. I still haven't been to Lake Lanier yet.
Huh?
I still haven't been to Lake Lanier yet.
Bro, that's like all over Georgia. Like
Yeah.
you can touch Lake Lanier in a lot of places.
I haven't been there yet, man.
I got a buddy who has a lake house. We can go.
Exactly. I just need to get out there and just see what it's like before it gets cold in December, and
Close everything in September.
yeah, like I need to see what it's like out here. But people have been telling me stories about it, like it's like ghosts. They've been telling me how it's like ghosts under the water because like they flood the city or something like that, and it's like trees under there, and it's like ghosts and people. I was like, really? And I was like, I don't know if I want to go there.
Trav, you believe in ghosts?
Man, look.
Listen, Trav, we're going to have this conversation off camera because my comment is not appropriate at all.
I'm just saying, man. Like it's
fair enough. I'm not taking a chance. I got
exactly.
you. Listen, I'm not mad at that. I look in the forest sometimes. I'm like, I'm with you. There ain't nothing wrong with that.
But you got to
went down to Tybee Island. We went to Savannah. Stayed one night in Savannah because Tybee Island was way too expensive. You know how that goes. So stayed in Savannah and drove out in the morning. But we had a good time. First just me, the wife, and the two kids. Just
got a little vacation
family
away.
vacay, man. It was crazy. Thank you.
Yeah, so it had to be
Man. I don't get those very often.
Oh,
Ever.
But yeah, we were just talking about that. Like, I mean, I think I've gone on maybe 2 or 3 guys trips. Well, actually, I could say 1. I know I went to Miami.
Right.
And I don't really, and it was for a friend's birthday.
Right.
And then the other time was the All-Star game in Las Vegas, the NBA All-Star game in Las Vegas.
That was a good one.
No, it wasn't. It was. I had a horrible time, but
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was bad. I made every wrong decision you could ever make when you were going to Vegas. Like literally, it is what it is.
It happens like that sometimes.
Yeah, maybe I'll tell that story one day, but it was just
right. But
my friend. Let me put it this way: my friend who told me to come to a party with him, and I was like, nah, I came with my other boys. I don't get to see them that much. I'm hanging with them. He went by himself. Got into VIP because he knew somebody, and ended up dancing with Gabrielle Union. And this is before Dwayne Wade. So it was like she was single Gabrielle Union. So I was like, wait, what? And then something else happened the next day. And I was just like, dude. I was like, how is this? He was like, I don't know. I told you to come. And I'm just sitting there like, I was not.
I should listen.
Yeah, I should have listened. I should just went.
Yeah, no, I get it. I've been there.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
Anyway, but your vacation.
It was fantastic, man. I don't, like I said, I think this is probably my second family vacation where I haven't had to do karate stuff or go to a tournament or teach a seminar or go do a private lesson in order to like make it an event to go down there. So, yeah, it's my second vacation with the family. It's rather refreshing and nice. I came back. My karate students were like, dang, he can't be nice. Like, it's the end of the summer, man. I'm in Fulton County. I know, Cobb and
is it still
Forsyth.
Fulton?
We're in Fulton County.
I don't know.
We haven't started school yet. We go back to school next week on the 12th. So us and Atlanta, I think, are the only counties. I think every other county is already back in. They were in like the first last Thursday. They were back.
Yeah, they went back on the first, which was like crazy to me. Like, wait, what?
Yeah.
As soon as August hit, y'all got to go back. That's crazy.
But yeah, I'm used to it being last week though.
I'm used to being
because my birthday is always the first week of school. So it's usually either the first day or through the first weekend. So like I always know like, all right, second week of August, here we go. And so I'm used to that, but now it's like pushing back into it's kind of the second week, but it's all the way back to the 12th. So that's a weird day.
Yeah. In Michigan, it used to, I don't know if it's still doing it after Labor Day. So
I know. Like, up north, they do it after Labor Day.
Yeah, like we get all like the summer days that we could possibly get. Like
all them heat.
Yeah, no, keeping it out. But I don't know, man. Like it's different. Like I don't know. I never know what county we're in. I never know what county I'm in.
Yeah, that's true.
It's been gerrymandered so bad. Like I have no idea what county I'm in.
My house where I bought my house, if I go like 20 feet, and I'm not joking, like 20 feet one way, I'm in Cobb County. I go like another 50 feet another way. I mean, my house is technically in Cherokee, but if I go another 50 feet the other way, I'm in Fulton. So I'm right in that triangle right there where, I had to call to see which utility company I'm supposed to call because I'm close enough that I have to do all three.
That's insane.
Right?
That's crazy.
You said gerrymandering, but
yeah, that's exactly what it was. I think gerrymandered the heck out this state.
Yes, they did.
It's like,
it's
whoa.
crazy. Like county goes to here, and
I think like Atlanta's like
get them 3 houses and come back.
I think like Atlanta's in like 3 counties. Like I think it's like in like
the city of Atlanta.
Yeah, the city of Atlanta is like in like 3 different counties.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, what?
Huh?
Yeah, if you're in Fulton County and you're in Atlanta, I'm like, wait, what? You're in Cobb County and you're in Atlanta. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense.
That one city, one county, like that's, at least that. If the city's big enough, it could be its own county. But no, I don't
get it. Like,
but it's a grid system based around a circle. So come on, man. Like it's not really a block. It's like a block in a corner. So like anybody who's in a good city system doesn't understand Atlanta.
No, I don't at all.
People who are from Atlanta don't really understand Atlanta. So.
I hate the way Atlanta is laid out. I hate it. Like you're going north, and all of a sudden it turns into east, and now you're heading east, and now all of a sudden you're heading south. And you're like, I don't want to go south. No, but now you got to split off on this street. I'm like, yo, this doesn't make any sense.
Why?
And then it's the main. Then like on some of the main arteries, like just roads are two-way lanes, and that's it. Like, yo, wait, what?
And when there's something backed up, the whole city shuts down. Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, I can't.
That's why when I got to get away, man, I'm out of here.
I thought about getting away, and I kept thinking and said,
we thought we was gonna get away this weekend.
Yeah, I'm not going down there.
Like, no.
I'm good. I was like,
you're not going to the island. I went to an island. I just went to the different one.
Yeah.
You asked me earlier.
Did you
go?
Yeah. I gotta go to. I got
south.
I have to go and just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go away somewhere. Like, yo. And just
just do it. Yeah. Go random place. Go somewhere in Knoxville. Go to Knoxville, Tennessee. It's a quick drive. It's got cool stuff over there. Come back.
I know I've been in Nashville. I've been to Memphis.
Okay.
I don't think I've gone to Knoxville yet. I've been to Chattanooga.
Chattanooga's fun.
Yeah, I haven't been to Knoxville yet. I guess that's the last place. I still need to go over to Birmingham. I haven't been to Birmingham. I've been in Alabama and went to one of them college cities. I think this was Alabama A&M, Huntsville. I went to Huntsville. I had to think about it. I had some friends who went to Alabama A&M. They were down there, and I was like, "It's a 2-hour drive. All right, I head over there." So
Montgomery and Huntsville is really the 3 cities you go
Yeah,
to.
very
Unless
pretty
you
much.
know somebody who lives in.
yeah.
Been to Mississippi,
No, I haven't been to Mississippi.
Biloxi.
Nah, I've never been to Mississippi. Never been to.
Much.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm like, what? All right, but let me think. I mean, I actually somebody had posted how many states have you been to?
Oh yeah. You got the little map. I got a map.
How many have you been? You know,
Oh, geez, I'm in the 30s.
I haven't hit 30. I thought I hit 30.
I'm in my 30s.
I'm like, I haven't hit 30.
But for me, like, I'm weird. Like, if I had I've had layovers in states that I haven't been to, so I don't count them.
Yes, I didn't count
get
them.
that.
Like,
I have to stay there for at least 8 hours and soak up something for 8 hours for me to say that I've been there. Even if I'm driving through, like, I got to stop. Like, you ever drove through Texas? You've been to Texas.
Yeah, see, I mean,
Like, you know, I-10 from one side of Texas to the other side. You've been to Texas.
I've been like I've gone through. I went through the list, and like some of the states I thought about. I was like, dang, I haven't been to Arizona, I haven't been to Oregon, I haven't been to I haven't been to that West Coast a lot. Haven't been to Oregon, haven't been to
Washington State.
Arizona, haven't been to Washington, haven't been to Utah,
Montana.
no,
The Dakotas.
yeah,
I'll tell you what, though. Montana is beautiful.
I can see that.
Montana is beautiful. I don't know about them Dakotas, but Montana is beautiful. Get out there in that country, just get out there in that back to nature kind of thing.
I can see that from the standpoint
home on the
that
range.
Yeah, I am of the belief that humans are here to destroy the world. Like, I'm sorry for y'all.
Bro, you got a deep on that one. But
I mean, everything we do just literally just messes this world up. So I'm like, yeah, I think that. So Montana, we ain't here. Like, so since we're not there, yeah, it's still thriving.
Yeah,
like,
Montana's, man, those Midwest states are beautiful, actually.
Yeah. Actually, it's one of the things I do love doing.
People are like, oh, there's nothing to do there. Like, but that's the point, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's the point. Go out. I don't know if everybody be going out and like camping and all that jazz, but rent an RV and go out and drive and look around and do a couple things, and then go back in the safety of your RV with your bug spray and stuff, and then do that if nothing else. Like, but go out there and go camping and hiking. And
I've never camped.
What? Like, hold on, talking about like not even as a kid in like the backyard camping. Like
No.
you never set up no tent and like sat in the backyard.
No. Never done that. Yes, I am a stereotypical black person in that regard. Yes.
Use a flint and a stone and instead of start a fire? You know how to start a fire?
No, I was a Cub Scout for like 2 days, and I was like, I'm good.
So you got the flint and the rock.
I don't know what I did. I just remember. I think I went to the safety meeting. And I was like, Mom, I don't want to do this. Like, she was like, you don't want to do it. I was like, nah, I don't want to do it. She's like, all right, I'm not gonna make you. So I was like, good. I don't want to be a Cub Scout. Like, what?
What's a Cub Scout?
Yeah, nah. I ain't a Cub Scout. Like, I don't know. Something about it just didn't seem right.
But you get bit by bugs going outside and camping.
Yeah, only time I've ever been to a camp is it was a karate camp that my uncle had, and so during the summer, like I think we had a weekend there, and
stayed in like bunks. Though,
yeah,
right?
we stayed in like a little
like
bunks
a
and stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, it was all right.
cool,
but at the same time, I was like 15, 16, so I was more one of the older kids, and I was just there to help my uncle pretty much. But there's some stories out of that one too.
Of course.
Some of them, yeah, whatever.
Of course.
Yeah.
You know.
One time
at karate camp. Did a whole arm in a punch.
Yeah.
In a punch.
Leave it at that. Anyway, well, all right, let's get started, man. Let's get to some of the topics.
What we got?
Nothing. Well, let's start.
Very quick overviews. I got a couple things.
All right, let's start with the Survivor.
Survivor Series. Corky Sykes brought it back.
He brought it back. Was this the first? This is the first one.
Time in a little while since.
Yeah,
I don't remember. I don't want an incorrect date, so we'll check Jeff Doss. Maybe like 2012 or 14 or something like that.
Is it still NBL? Was it still an NBL tournament?
I believe it was. I believe I saw the NBL logo on the stuff.
Okay, because I saw them. They were doing they had
NBL
live stream,
SKIL or whatever it is.
I don't know. I saw the live stream and I saw that they weren't using. I mean,
I don't know what they used.
I think NBL has its own. And so their own system that they use?
No. They use Juventex because I saw Corky post something on Facebook talk about the pre-registration had Juventex logo.
Okay. That's why they use Juventex. But I'm talking about the live stream they were using. They weren't using.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, they were using because they had like the scores up. Like they had scores and stuff.
I don't know. I didn't watch the live stream at night. I just couldn't. I tried a little bit and then I couldn't. I watched like the team fighting. I watched some of the Alex's live streams and I watched some in the back. But no, I didn't watch the rest.
I think there was some kind of like a joint venture with Alex in that because they were showing that they had the scores up there and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. It's ugly, but it's kind of cool. Like
right. It's different. Somebody's trying something.
I mean, it's something that should be there if you're going to do this, but I just thought it was the actual layout of it. The colors weren't right. It was kind of ugly. It was like red, blue, and yellow, like it's kid colors. It just didn't look right, and it was like really big, and then the words were like really small. The whole thing aesthetically was not pleasing to my eye. Yeah.
You got to make it pretty, people.
Yes.
Layman's terms, you got to make that joint pretty.
Yes.
People want to go like, oh, that looks good. That's what you want. Not like, what is this? Why is that? Why are they using?
What name
Who
is
uses
that?
yellow?
What
is this?
name is that? I
just
can't
saying,
see who this was. I can't see. That's German Wagons? Who's this? Yeah, man. Well, let's
ATL. Atlanta people won.
Yeah.
Jeff Doss won a lot. 30 and over. 18,
Shout out to Jeff.
29. Japanese, Korean, and all the rest of it. I think he won pretty near everything.
Yeah.
Good job, Jeff.
Team LTL. Kevin won overall.
Kevin won overall. Jermon won 35
35
up.
plus.
They won teams with Trey. Kev, and Jermon. Hope. Hamilton won. Women's.
So
that's about it. I don't know who all was there.
I didn't see much. I didn't see a lot of people who were national fighters there.
Nope.
I expected some more people from
the Carolinas.
Yeah, I did
too.
I did. I thought some of them would pop up.
Like we talked about, I thought the Spencers would probably be
there. Wayne, Easterling.
Yep. MBS wasn't there, were they? I didn't see any.
I didn't see them.
From them, from Flash and them.
Yeah, I didn't see them.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Hope it was a good turnout. Corky was always a nice dude.
He's not dead.
Well, to me, I haven't. I don't know. I don't know what everybody else is. How they feeling. He is always kind of nice and respectful to me.
Yeah,
I like Corky. So like, I hope for well for him and his event.
So hopefully, bringing it back, hopefully it can start to grow it a little bit.
Yep.
Start
back after a little hiatus, trying to bring it back. Gators ran into that problem when they took a year off due to loss of hotel or whatever it was, and then pick that ship back up. We'll see how New England does taking off this year, and we'll see how if they pick back up. Joe usually does well by the fighters and does well by people, so people try to do
to support him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he ruffles feathers, so some people won't go. But
so for the survivors, that's the wrong one.
Was that a donkey? Yeah, it was the donkey of the day, bro.
No, it was a golf swing.
Hoit.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what? All right. All right, so that's the recap for Survivor. There wasn't really much to talk about.
I saw Elijah Everett killing it down in Guatemala. Yeah. He went to Mexico. The Guatemala's doing seminars down there. Shout out, All-Star. Bang. But other than that, I didn't really catch much up on point fighting this weekend. No.
I don't think much else happened this weekend. Nothing. No more tournaments anyway.
No. Just bringing back up discussions and planning out and seeing what's going on for next weekend.
Yeah, next weekend is the Cap, so that should be interesting.
U.S. Capital Classics.
They usually have some good ones. Yeah, they're always trying to just support them, especially since living in D.C. I always used to go there. I go back every now and then, but I'm gonna be in D.C. in Labor Day, so I'm not going this weekend.
Master Brown's always a good dude. I'm hit or miss with D.C. because that's my birthday weekend usually. So like I said, I'm always in that week, so it's kind of like it's
actually kind of weird to me. Like I didn't fight well there. I didn't. Until my last tournament there. Other than that, I didn't fight well there.
My couple events there, I did really well. I usually, again, that was back when we had the three of us, and I always made it down to the last three, and I usually would lose to Raymond or Jason.
Yeah, no. I just never fought well there. It's like one of those weird ones, like you don't fight well.
Yeah, there's certain tournaments. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's always a tournament where you never.
Pete Daypuck's tournament in Canada, I never fought well there. I mean, I ended up winning the tournament once, but I just never fought well there. Like, it was crazy. Like, I didn't understand this. Like, it's just weird. And then there's tournaments you just fight well at. It's just interesting. I wonder what the psychology behind that is.
Probably I fought bad here last year, overthinking it, overdoing it, wanting to improve yourself, and then psyching yourself out more than likely. Quebec was mine like that. I would have a couple of really good matches in Quebec, but then I would it'd be like I'd beat somebody I haven't beaten in 4 or 5 tournaments and lose to some local. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I've never fought well at Quebec either.
Yeah, no, but yeah. And there's always those tournaments where it's like, yo, this is my event. Like,
yeah,
this is my tournament.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah. All right, and next on the docket is
Colby Covington beat Robbie Lawler in a very lackluster, high output, very predictable fight. Robbie looked really boring
and old,
gassed, and old, and looked like he was having fun out there, but he didn't really care about winning.
Yeah,
he looked like every time he wanted to swing, Colby was ducking and taking him down.
How did you like?
I don't like Colby Covington.
I don't think a lot of people like Colby Covington.
I'm sorry. Let me let you ask your question before I just jump on into some stuff.
I was just saying, how did you like what he said after? He was talking about like the train, get on the train,
Trump or Hughes.
Yeah, well that too. I mean, but
he talk about man
had nothing to do with
it.
it. But I mean,
bro.
more sort of like when he said he started talking junk to Robbie Lawler afterwards, like in the ring, like when the train's on the track. And I'm like, wait, what? Okay.
Yeah.
What's that have to do with that? You didn't answer the question at all.
You outpointed him. You did. You outpointed him. Good job. High five. You didn't injure him. You didn't hurt him. You didn't beat him up. You didn't knock him out. Like, chill out. And then all the other comments he started making afterwards. It's not. I would like this. I don't think he should get the fight with Usman.
I was about to ask you about that.
I don't think he should get the fight with Usman. I think my man Masvidal should get it. Beating Ben Askren like that, I mean, if anybody technically should, it should be Leon.
Okay, Leon Edwards. Okay, yeah.
But I mean, if you're gonna do that, they're trying to say Colby, Dominic Cruz, and then we're trying to say Colby versus Usman for the belt, Masvidal and Leon.
Well, you know why they want
contender. I know why.
Colby versus Usman. I mean, it's clear as day why they want that fight. But I wanted to ask, Usman is the champion, right?
Yeah, he beat Tyron.
Right. So what belt does
he
Colby
was the
have?
interim champion for a very short time, came back, and then so
wait, he's just walking around with a belt.
He's walking around with the belt to boost his.
So he's not a champion.
Brand. No, he was a part. It was a very short time interim champion, and then no.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm confused.
So he got a belt because he was the interim champion. You know how he be doing them stupid interim matches? Okay, Jose Aldo's been out for 8 months because he had a rib surgery. So let's get 2 guys who are pretty good that we can have a main event and call it an interim title fight until Jose gets back, and then that guy gets the fight with Jose when he comes back.
I didn't know they did that.
Bro, we're diving too deep into this train, but no, they do that kind of fun stuff.
So he so he had the belt and then he lost it.
Yeah,
who did he lose to?
I don't even remember, to be perfectly honest. It was his last loss. It was his only loss because he's 5-1. I'd have to look it up because I don't really follow him. I don't like him.
I really don't understand this whole. I really don't understand the 5-1 thing. Like, and you're the champion. You only had 6 fights, but
again, it's marketing. Pedigree outside of it, like dudes come in and do our Olympics wrestlers. Ben Askren, he's not an Olympic wrestler. Well, he might have been. He made it. He's an international wrestler. Ben Askren is just his credentials are so high that when he comes in, like he automatically. Brock Lesnar, his amateur wrestling, his college wrestling career was amazing, and then he did the WWE stuff, so his brand was huge. So when he brought that over, you can't give that dude no little fight.
So I'm just gonna ask then.
Bobby Lashley got little fights though. Dave Bautista got little fights. Drax, Drax fought MMA.
He did like one fight.
One fight. I think he won too.
Yeah, he won. But I was gonna say, so are they giving Covington to push because he's so pro-Trump? And is he putting on even more?
He's an American, first off, who's an American.
He's white.
He's
all right?
a white
He's
American.
a white American. All right.
There has and the thing about 170, it was the Canadian but he was white. He was Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Tyron.
Mm-hmm. He's black. People, for y'all didn't know, Tyron is black, a black guy.
And now Usman, who's not only black but from out of this country.
Yeah, where's he
now
from?
You're gonna have Leon Edward. I don't know, Africa somewhere.
I was say,
I don't want
to
to be like he's from Uganda and him being from the
from
Somalia, Ghana. Yeah, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I don't remember.
Okay.
And then you got Leon Edwards, who I believe is from England. And
Leon,
black.
yeah.
And then you got Jorge Masvidal, who is from America but is of Latin descent, Cuban, Puerto Rican, or whatever he is. Hey man, listen.
Hey man, look, so y'all might hear me
slapping.
Yeah.
I was trying to do my best to like lean over here.
Just saying, so the listeners, we got like some candy in here, so whatever.
It's competition week at my dojo, so these kids are competing. I swear to God, last week when I was telling them they needed to do this stuff for their stripes, bumps on the log. I told them I was going to give them a little Tootsie Roll this week. Yo, these combos were so nice. I was like, yo, what's going on? Yo, oh, man. Is it because I got away and I came back? Like, I see it from a new perspective? Is it because they're like,
because you're giving out candy.
Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
That's exactly what it is, because you're giving out candy. That's exactly why they jumping up like, yeah.
Oh, my God. Man, I'm going to do I swear. I did this as a theory. My instructor did it first, and then I did it. You tell kids, 3 to 5-year-old class, stand still for 1 minute, and we'll do, a game. We'll play dodgeball or whatever. Man, nobody stands still. You pull out a dum-dum. A dum-dum. One dum-dum. And it says, whoever can stand the stillest, the longest, and yes, you say the stillest, the longest. You do it like that for children. Gets the dum-dum. Everybody else is just dumb. And you stand there. Bro, their kids will stand there for 20 minutes for that lollipop because you put something in front of them.
So they have to see it.
You got bribed.
That's psychiatry. That's psychology.
Psychology.
Children's psychologists.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that.
But
no, I do. But yeah, it's crazy how that works out, right?
Yeah. Like, hey,
but yeah,
it's very simple.
That and then the man, I just seen that fight you shared with me on the book. Bro, that one fight. Them dudes. Bro, that dude was giving him the business until the end and then almost died.
Yes, that's what I was like, yo.
How do you score that round? I was like, it was like 10-7. And then so it has to go like 9-9.
Yeah.
Like that's like a 9-9 round. Like my man went down and then went down. And then he went down and then he went down again and then he got back up and then at the very last 14 seconds, almost crumbled. And they got saved by the bell. And they were jaw jacking and high fiving each. That was fighting.
Yeah, that's
a sport. That was good stuff. And then the other one, Chris Cyborg.
Oh yeah,
gets cut from the UFC.
Yeah, all right. I wanted to talk about this because it was some weirdness. The whole thing was just weird.
It's not weirdness.
Because all right. Let me explain for some of the people who may not know. All right, so Cyborg after her fight with I don't remember
Felicia Spencer.
Yeah, Spencer. She goes to Dana White, and there's a video that she's asking for Nunes, and she wants to fight Nunes, right? So then then a press release comes out and says that, hey, Cyborg has been released from her contract. We're not messing with her no more. Is what it is. And all right, I think I got that clip for that. And then he does an interview. Then he puts out an interview.
The interview.
Yeah, about why he.
For the fans, job as a promoter is to put on the best fights with the best fighters in the world. For the fans and for myself and for the company. I did that. I got Amanda Nunes and Cyborg together and they fought. And we answered the question. Who is the best female fighter on earth? It took 51 seconds of the first round to find out. Now, I tried to make the rematch. Cyborg can say whatever she wants. I have this all documented. We have this all documented. This is a real company, and we document everything that we have. She wanted to fight Cindy Danois or Pam Sorensen. And I told Cyborg, we don't make those fights here. That's not what we're doing. You're going to fight Amanda Nunes. And there was a huge back and forth that went on forever. And then finally she agreed. And she ended up fighting Amanda Nunes. And we saw how that fight ended. My job.
Okay.
So that he's talking about the first time.
Yes.
Cyborg saying, I want a rematch now.
Yes.
So Dana releasing that makes zero sense on his part because Cyborg saying, I want a match now after this one. I just fought this girl. I want to fight her again.
Yes. And she in this video of her going up to her.
I seen it in the back.
Yeah,
I want her again. I want Amanda. I seen it. And he's like, well, we'll see. Yeah, that whole little shrug off kind of ordeal. So like,
and then he cuts her.
But yeah.
So it makes no sense. Like,
but
it's weird. But then she comes out and apologizes. She literally said, I got the
yeah,
right.
I seen it too.
Finally, I want to apologize to Dana White for posting the video, even though we will continue to disagree about numerous issues. I will always stand up for doing what is right. And then it's a video where they're actually talking, and it's just
a weird situation.
Yeah, the whole thing is just weird. Like,
yeah, I know there was a big thing where Cyborg wanted Dana and Joe Rogan to apologize publicly to her because all the comments that they make about her being, her previously had been a cheater and her, looking like a man and ducking fights and doing all these things. And he was like, yo, y'all can say that out publicly, but you can't say it out and apologize. Companies, that doesn't really look good when a company has to do that. But plus, I think there's like a suit or something too.
Look, do you think what is the real reason why she was let go? Like,
Dana don't like her because she doesn't play ball. She wanted Rousey and was gonna crush Rousey until Rousey lost to home. And then he wanted to figure out the best way to get rid of her as soon as he got an opportunity for her to lose, which was stupid. Like, he should have just got rid of her after she lost. See, now you're a has-been or whatever. We're going to run with this. She's the best woman ever. Bye. But to have her come back and do another fight.
Win.
And then cut her. I understand that's when the contract ended and it was the last, one, and they're basically not renewing her contract. So I think that's how it ended up working out. Not like she's fired and she has 3 fights left on her contract and we're just going to tear it up. And I think it was the last fight on the contract. We're not going to re-sign her. We're not going to do it like that again.
Okay. But then just to put it out there like, she was scared. I wanted her to fight Nunes, and she was trying to avoid it.
Yeah, but you got to save face.
Oh, I see why.
Why did Conor never fight Jose again?
Well, yeah. Well, see, okay, but see, here's the thing. I think before now it makes sense.
12 seconds, 51 seconds. It was a quick. We got it. Now we don't have to do it again.
Yeah. I think it makes more sense now from you saying that you think that her contract was up and they didn't want to do it. Blah blah blah. About why she didn't want to fight Nunes because she took those other 2 fights first. She would have had to be re-up and she could get more money to fight Nunes. And so, he like, nah, we're going to put you out here real quick. And then done. If you lose that fight, you turn back around and have to fight Nunes again for a rematch if you beat her. So now we got double dip, but then she lost, and you're like, all right.
Oh, I see ya.
We don't need you anymore.
We have to, and we're done because we can
that's crazy.
We can push her now because she already beat you.
Yeah, that's crazy. And so they just always had bad blood for her being.
God.
Yeah, okay.
Well, because Rousey being the UFC's #1 female and Cyborg being the real #1 female,
right?
That created issues.
Yeah. Okay, now it all makes sense.
And it didn't. Yeah, it's all business.
Yeah,
it's all business. And they've been super back and forth for years since pre-Strike Force days.
That's insane.
What was that? Elite FC or whatever it was. It was the one where Ken Shamrock was supposed to fight Kimbo and then got cut in the back warming up or something, and Seth Petrozelli had to fight him and knocked out Kimbo. And then they went defunct right after that. Gina Carano fought for them, and then Cyborg beat up Gina Carano so bad that she retired to movies.
Yeah. Okay.
And then that's when Ronda left there and went to UFC, and
Ronda was in Strike Force.
Ronda was in Strike Force.
Okay.
Ronda's for a few fights were in Strike Force, fighting cans. Right. They weren't cans. They were decent. They're no disrespect to the women fighters. They weren't.
They weren't top.
They didn't have. Well, they didn't have what she had. She had Olympic level judo. And you're fighting women who just train for not for fun, but you know what I mean. This is a choice that they did. They weren't groomed into.
They weren't training. They were working out.
They're having fun and decided, I can do this. Or tough girls who win, and they weren't like I'm a collegiate wrestler. Now you got like Tisha Torres, black belt, Michelle Watterson, got legitimate black belts and stuff like that. We didn't have those same caliber women when it started.
Well, I think I think the promotion of Ronda Rousey helped a lot, and got the interest of and seeing that push and see how much she can do and all this other stuff. And Gina Carano,
absolutely,
I think those things.
Gina Carano inspired Ronda Rousey to try it.
Yep.
Ronda Rousey got all these other women to be like, yo, I either want to beat her or I want to be like her. Mm-hmm. So it got the notoriety out and the push for the women. Absolutely.
So I need to see some commercials and interviews with Nunes or something.
Oh, no, they're not going to put her out there. She's Brazilian and from that other community, remember? Like, they're not going to push her as the face. They just want to use her to push the other one out.
But that's the funny thing. Like, she is a part of that. That's bringing in a whole nother segment. You know what I mean?
It opens the door, but
it's I hate to say it, but being gay is the in thing right now. Like, you can really
reach out to that community, bring them in.
Like, I don't understand.
I mean, then you'll allow for openly gay fighters, and it'll open out, and then obviously you'll have backlash and controversy from that. But then you breed off the controversy, and then you work it out, and then you can build a fight line based upon those things. And I mean, promotions and business wise, I'm already thinking like 19 things.
But that just leans toward the thinking of
they've always shot about like Kobe and
Like, but that's the crazy thing about it. Like, you'll promote Kobe, but you won't promote Nunes, and it's controversy no matter which way you go with it. I guess but they're playing to the base. I'm just gonna put it that way.
Die hard, tap out Bud Light.
Yeah, they're playing to the base, but at the same time, these are the same people probably watching.
Yep.
Watching
NASCAR.
No. On their computers at 2 a.m. and they're watching certain types of videos. Like. That are featuring these type of women, like, you know what I mean? All right, you'll pick up on it.
Those kind of videos.
Yes, they're watching
zebras.
Yeah, they're watching those type of videos. So
yes, of course, but that's the fan base. So that's where your push is, and they keep a couple of Brazilians to keep them interested, to keep their jiu-jitsu people interested. Then you got pretty much, you're always going to have them.
Right.
But other than that, really, UFC, what else we had?
The boxing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Beat up.
All right, I'm gonna get to the good fight. I'm going to go start off with actually, 2 of the 3 fights were actually good. I was watching the PBC fights, and I was watching Kowalski versus, I forgot his name. He's been around, heavyweight, been around forever. Doggone it. Hispanic heavyweight. Kowalski versus Areola, yes. Yeah. Konaki. There we go. Konaki. The Polish heavyweight. 20-0 now. Beat Areola. That one was actually, to me, it was a lot of punching each other, but it wasn't interesting. Like, they were just hitting each other, and it was just like, okay. But it was not like, I didn't see anything like, I caught you really good. Oh, shoot. I didn't see any action. It was action, but it was like,
you punch me.
It was weird. Like
60% on it. Just
it was just weird, man. I didn't enjoy that.
Like rough sparring.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. Like rough sparring. Like it just wasn't that interesting to me. I mean, it was a lot of hits, but no. And then the fight before that, what was? No. I can't think of the 2 fights before that. I can't think of who the fight. I'll just get to the good fight then.
Yep.
It was Marcus Brown and John Pascal. Mm-hmm. All right, look, man. Brown, he came out. It was just tagging Pascal. Like, he was using his length. He was tagging him, killing him the first 3 rounds. And in the 4th round, yo, he tried to do a hook, came a little wide. Pascal came extra wide and clipped him, and he went down. I literally yelled like, oh! He fell down, looked up like, oh, shoot. He got up. And this is the crazy part about it. He got up. And at the end of the round, he got out the end of the round. I think it was like a minute left. He got out the end of the round. He was talking. They were like, oh, yeah, you good. All right. So they get up, and they start fighting again. 5th and the 6th round, he's killing him. And 7th round. 5th, 6th, and 7th round, he's back to killing Pascal. And then Pascal caught him. Boom! And he with the same right hook. Dropped him.
Again.
And he got up, and they started fighting, and he dropped him again. I'm like, yo, Pascal just did a 10-7 round in this dude, and he lost, only won 2 rounds, and the 2 rounds he won, he knocked him down in.
Yeah.
And then it got into the 8th round, and then, I don't know, but Pascal leans with his head, and through that whole fight, I was like, man, it's going to be a headbutt in this joint. And he literally blasted him in the head, right in the eye. It was a bad cut. And it was a cut by accidental headbutt, the ref said, and so they ended the fight. So they went to the scorecards. After 7, everybody had it tied, so you had to score the 8th and final round. Right. And it was only like, I think like 40 seconds in the round. Yeah. And it was like, yo, Pascal won that round. I was like, what?
Yo, my man won 2.5 rounds and won the fight.
And won the fight, man. And Marcus Brown had never been beaten.
I know.
So and he controlled the whole fight. Like, yo, it was an insane fight. It was an entertaining fight. Yeah. Because Pascal was trying his hardest to get.
Oh, he was. He was swinging. God love him. And when he hit,
it's like, jeez. Oh, not everybody gonna check your chin, Marcus Brown. Yeah, but so I hope you. I know he's very, very. You know what the funniest part about the whole thing? The commentators they had were Deontay Wilder and Lennox Lewis. It was just interesting.
Oh. Now what you got through?
Yeah, it was.
I couldn't understand Lennox Lewis and Deontay Wilder like commentating together.
It was weird. Like
I thought, they had to have been weird.
It was just weird,
odd
man.
Pairings.
Very odd pairing, but it was an entertaining fight. I enjoyed it. I shared the video. Was talking, give my expert analysis as I watched it on Facebook. But yeah, man, it was.
I seen you.
Yeah, man, I was in there like, yo, what in the world? Yeah, but no.
Yep. Did you see they started to look at terms or whatever with Fury and Otto?
Fury and who?
Otto Whalen.
I didn't see that.
I've agreed to terms for September.
All right. Good. He needs to fight before.
He needs to fight somebody
before he fights Wilder again, because they already signed, but there's a delay because Wilder's fighting heavyweight. He had problems with last year, and then he ended up knocking him out like in the 8th or something like that.
Yeah.
And now he's fighting, and then he signed with Tyson Fury for later on, I think in May or something like that. So he needs to fight somebody to stay active and stay warm. So
yep. UFC 241 coming up. Cormier, Stipe, 2. No interest.
I did see something that somebody signed for 244. They were doing something with.
Oh yeah, I did just see an update for that.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was though.
Not like I care too much.
Yeah, it wasn't interesting. That was just like
none of it's real interesting unless it's somebody I know or somebody exciting like that.
Do you think they're doing a good job of promoting the individuals? Like before, they used to have so many different outlets, and it wasn't as many. Honestly, I think they need to stop having every weekend.
So oversaturation.
Yeah, like
there becomes less demand when there's an oversupply. I mean, you know how it works: supply and demand, guns and butter. You know.
Yeah.
If you oversaturate it, people become numb to it, and it's not as exciting. There's not a buildup and anticipation. I think that's why the big draws for boxing are still a bigger draw because there's an anticipation. Because there's not a good boxing fight. A quarter.
Yeah, no. And you don't know when they're coming up. Like, all
There's
right.
no real promotion
They still promoting
unless it's
old.
a Mayweather.
They're still promoting in the old ways, and they don't know how to promote. I do.
But they don't have to. There's still so much more money in boxing than there is. Well, they also do 3 fights. And,
Or else, but see, that's the problem with the boxing. They don't make good cards. They make the good main event.
Main event.
And then the rest of it is like, you're not really looking for it like that, unless it's like a like this weekend. They had the Areola Konaki fight, but they had Pascal and Brown
they'll have like 2 good fights in the medium, and like an up and coming fight.
Yeah, I really want because the first fight, dude, it was a good fight too. And I can't remember the guy's name. I just thought about it, because he knocked the dude down senseless like 3 times. Like he was just killing the guy. I can't remember his name. But anyway, that was a good fight. I mean, I wouldn't say it was a good fight, but he was backing up, just tagging, knocking the guy out, and the guy just kept walking forward.
It was like his fight.
Yeah, it was like his second knockout. Like he's like 19-0, but that was his second knockout. Like, and you got knocked out by this dude. He doesn't even have knockout power, but
he ain't got no hands.
Yeah, like
I mean, he got quick hands, but he ain't got no.
Yeah,
no.
I didn't get that, but that was it. But I do want to see Errol Spence Jr. and Porter.
Yeah,
Sean Porter.
Sean Porter. That'll be a good fight.
They're fighting next month.
That'll
next month.
Well, I'll smart stream it, but yeah, that's when I'll watch.
Yeah,
I'll watch the whole card. I'll sit down and pop some popcorn in my popcorn machine, put it on the big screen. What's up, man?
Yeah,
I got a projector.
Man, you just gotta tell me what time and give me the address, and I'll be there. Like, yo,
all right,
give me some. I'll bring some drink. I'm like, all right, I'm here.
You made it.
You know what I've been doing this time? Looking for places to live.
I know. We talked about this last time. Looking for places.
Yeah, that's my weekends now. Like, yo, just like, all right.
Where are you looking? You still staying on the west? Or?
Yeah, I'm still staying west. I tried to look north, and I just don't like any of the places. I just don't. I don't like any of the places. I'm honestly, I'm looking. It's crazy. I'm looking at the area that I moved from, my house, where I had my house at. And I'm looking in that area and a little bit more north.
North of that.
Yeah, because I'm gonna rent a townhouse and then just see what I can do after that. Cause I need the backyard for now. And the place I went to this weekend, I guess the people just moved out on the 1st, and I was there the 3rd. And he was like, "Yeah, we were painting it now because and they're putting new carpet in." And so you say it should be ready by the 15th. I'm trying to rent it before then. I'm like, yo, I don't need it until the 1st. So he was like, well, give me a week, and then we'll talk next week. So I was like, all right. So, but I saw it, and it's 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, but they have a basement and a backyard. So the basement is like a whole setup.
Finished or is it?
No, it's finished. It's finished. So I was like,
so 3 bedrooms and a basement.
Yeah.
And a yard.
Yeah. So I was like, I could do this. But then down the street, there was somebody selling a
2-story or 3-story? Is it a town? You're in a town. Are you looking at a townhouse?
I'm in a townhouse. So it's like technically it's 3. So you walk in, you're on the basement and the garage level, and you go to the main level, and then it's the upstairs.
2 bedrooms or whatever. And I got you. Yeah. That's kind of a place that I stayed in when I first got there.
So I was like, man, this is everything. I can have my regular bedroom, I can have a guest bedroom, I have my office, and then have my gym downstairs. So I was like, oh, this is perfect.
That's exactly.
That's exactly what I need.
When I lived in Duluth, that's what I had. The garage and the big room downstairs was all the mats was down there.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start teaching karate down there.
Man, listen,
that's what we'll start at.
I got that basement now though. Yeah, I got a school, but
Yeah, so you're good. Yeah. I had to start somewhere, but no,
we made it.
Yeah, so I was like, all right. So, but they were selling the house. Somebody else was selling the house down the street. So I went and looked at it. And it was the same layout as theirs, and theirs was clean. Because they were doing so much work. Yeah. And he was like, man, my last tenant was kind of a slob. So he kind of messed me up with all this. I got to do all this work to clean it up and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, you do, because otherwise I'm not moving in here. But I thought about it. I was like, yo, I wouldn't mind living here. This is the nice space. It looks decent. He get it cleaned up. I definitely could. So I may end up just telling the dude next week, like, yo,
let's do it.
Yeah, give me the thing.
That's what's up.
Drop it. Is my application do it? But I'm still looking at a couple other places. I got a place this weekend I got to look at, So my search continues, people. I still don't know where I'm going to live. One of the places is over there by the new Braves Stadium.
Oh, yeah.
Not in.
I was going to say, over there, you going to stay in the Battery?
Yeah, not in the Battery, but it's like on the other side of Cobb.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on the other side of Cobb. Like, so the Battery's over here, Cobb's here. I'm over here by where, like, the place. It's like
down a little bit way, down like a
where
street
that Best
or so.
Buy
Yeah,
and that and I'll be living by Juicy Crab. So if y'all so I'll be
Bro, listen, I might have to come over to Juicy Crab and just like kick it afterwards.
I know, right?
Like, cause that's
so I'll be over there by I'll be at the Juicy Crab. So.
Juicy Crab.
Yeah, man. But yeah. So let's see. Any other topics, man? This might be a short one.
The Juicy Crab is a topic, bro.
That's
Man, that's a topic of discussion for the next 2 days until I get some. God dang it, boy. Now, fellas, we seen you out there on the thing, but this is gonna have to be a bigger discussion for Mr. Osborne and Zach, Mr. Ross. That's a much bigger topic that we would have to broaden our panel probably. And
that's what I think we're gonna do. We're gonna.
I think I told you, man. That's a Thursday night idea.
Yeah, we'll have to go down there and do that. Maybe do a special talk about that. But yeah, because for the people listening, they asked to do a topic on where should we go next,
and how can we unify?
Unify in sport karate, and that's a discussion that people have been asking since 70s.
Since I started.
Yeah, like it is what it is. Like
there's always bleak opportunities, and you just got to build the bridges. But I mean,
honestly, I'm just gonna say, like, in a general overall assessment, I'm more of the Kylo Ren.
Wiping them out.
Yeah, just like what it is like, okay,
you have no merit.
Yeah.
You have no merit. Your tournament's gone.
Yeah, everybody has too much baggage. You basically got to burn it to the ground and rebuild. Like,
Phoenix.
Yeah, like just destroy everything and then rebuild it, because everybody has too many egos, too much baggage, too many chefs in the kitchen.
It's gonna take
it's just way too much.
It's gonna take our age group to light the fire as a new
and do things differently. Yeah, it'd have to be something completely different. Like the old age, I mean, old heads, too stuck in their ways. I mean, it just is what it is. I can't see it going any other way. At the start, that's
a big discussion.
Yes,
but
an overview, it's a burn it down and
you're gonna
rebuild
have
something else.
Because that's a lot of ego. To have to strip.
Yes,
that's a lot of money. That's gonna have to start being divvied out and divvied up,
and
because for the greater good. Like, it's not for to not get too off subject in one way. It can't be one side or the other side fitting at it. You gotta be people that want to meet in the middle and build something greater than two small wings. Just to throw that.
Or 9 small wings. Or 13, how many ever it is. No shade, people, no shade.
None at all. That's a huge discussion. We do see you, and we talked about that earlier today, and then again before when we first got here. Like, man, it's not a bad topic.
Not a bad topic.
It's a broad, big topic that requires from start to finish. All right, today we have some guests. We have a call in, and this is where we're going.
That is one of the things I am interested in doing, is doing like a live one and answering questions. People can talk to us while we're doing like Facebook Live.
Yeah.
I am really thinking about doing that soon, people. I wouldn't mind going to a tournament and doing one.
I thought about that. I thought something like that. We could do something like that for the battle, but
you always working?
Nah, I'm not gonna work. Listen, we just make it a commitment and write it down and say this is the tournament we're doing. I mean, we can go to Miami for all I care. We can go to Diamonds. I mean,
I can't go to Diamonds. I go to Miami in October.
I go to Miami.
I can definitely go to Miami in October.
I pencil it on the schedule right now, so the wife be like, "What is this in October?" I have plans.
We're going to Miami. I would definitely do that.
Alex, I'm not judging. I'm just watching, commentating, standing around with a microphone, kick back.
And just having different conversations with people.
Cuban coffee.
Oh, yeah. Doing a whole thing. I wouldn't mind it. We'll talk after because I got a couple because some people asked about helping and I just haven't said anything about it. But,
Okay.
So eventually I'll it's a lot of stuff happening on the behind the scenes people that I'm talking to. I'm trying to get things done. I'm trying to grow this. So what we do need you to do is share these type of videos.
Yes.
When I post them
Comment,
and then you post them. Yeah,
share.
Comment, like them.
Tag your friends so they can watch them.
Because you know what? What's irritating to me with Facebook is that once you make a Facebook page,
Yes.
What ends up happening is, and you start posting, they are literally restricting how many of our followers are being seen now.
Yeah, yeah.
Like when I post these videos, it's like 50 people, and I'm like, yo, why does it only have
50 people?
reach?
The algorithms that they do to
yeah.
who gets to see it and how many times it cycles through everybody's timeline is really jacked up right now.
It's like reach, and it has the reach and its views. And the reach would be like 50 people. I'm like, this should
it should have been.
We got over 1,000
like,
people who like this page.
Well, I guess got that notification like you have too many friends. I hit that 5,000 friends.
Oh wow! See, I don't accept everybody. A lot of you people.
I used to. Over the last 3 years, I haven't, but I've never deleted people because like it's just something. I on this weekend, we were driving. My wife said, "I'll drive." Yes, 4-hour drive. Delete. You gonna get off your phone? Delete. Anytime you want. Delete. Delete. Unfriend. Sorry.
Yeah. But not.
And I refuse to put out one of those, hey, I'm doing a clean sweep of my friends group. Hope you made the list.
I still
Once again, I'm not jumping on the trends.
Like, wait, what?
Wait, huh?
Why do you need to make an announcement that you're getting rid of
You know what?
people?
I'm blocking you.
Yeah. Get out
I
of
always
here.
do that. Like, I want to. I'm going to unfriend you. But sometimes it's people I like, so it's like, still going to unfriend you for at least a day. Yeah, that's about it, man. Like,
yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Like, we ain't had too much this week. It's been a slow week.
much. Yeah.
It was a slow week. I mean, we could talk about something that y'all brought up again.
Let's do it.
All right. So, look, Jeremy, I guess somebody said something down in Florida this weekend about going to Dixieland Nationals.
Dixie!
And Jeremy's like, yo, you sure you want to go to Dixieland because of what Dewey did?
This post.
Yeah, this post. And to be all honest, I had never saw the original post. I never saw the original post.
From Frederick Douglass?
Yeah, I never saw the original post.
Oh, yeah.
So when y'all were going through it, when I saw it this time, it came up on my feed, and I looked.
And you read the whole.
No, I saw it's like 500 comments. I was like, I'm not reading
500 comments.
500 comments, but I look at. So I was like, okay, so how did this start? So I looked at like, oh, somebody must have just recently commented. And it was like an hour ago. And I was like, wait, what? And so I looked at it. It was like 3 hours ago, 9 hours ago. I was like, wait, they still talking about this? So I started looking at it. And I saw that it started like 4 days ago, and it was Jeremy tagging somebody like, yo, this is why you don't go to Dixieland. And I was like, oh, shoot. And then I just started looking at it. Yeah, no, I'm not. First off, I've always been uncomfortable with Dixieland. Because of the name. Yes.
Dixieland.
Yeah, and where it was. So I was like, okay,
Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, called the Dixieland.
Yeah, I've never been comfortable going down there. So it was just kind of like, all right. Well,
I've only been once.
I think I've been twice, 2 or 3 times. Well, it had to be more. It couldn't have been more than 3 times because SES. We were there for 99, 2000, 2001. So I don't think we went 2001. I don't think I went in 2001. So I think 99, 2000 probably were the only times I went there. So, but it was just like, all right, it's just kind of like, all right, we're in the South. It is what it is. Like, all right, I'm here.
Aaron Hensley. I don't know if you follow us or watch us. This is the guy who has now the sole owner who's taken over the tournament. The guy, real nice guy from Premier. I might consider renaming your event.
Yeah.
I don't know how people would take it, changing the name of it and creating it as a new tournament, whatever. But
yeah.
Like we talked about with how do we unify things and how do we make things better, sometimes it's got to die and something new has to come out.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I mean, because at this point, you can't even. I mean, you could say, "Oh, it's the history of it," but at the same time, the history of it is kind of bad at this point. Like, you don't.
The history of the Dixieland. Well, I mean, where are you at?
Who's
your audience? What's your target? I mean, that plays in the.
Yeah, because like most of your people are going to be for. But if you really think about the area, you're like we said before, you don't make your money off of adults. You make them off the kids.
And their
and that means their parents. And that means the local environment. So
what
the
is that
local environment of South Carolina, Georgia, North Carolina, Southern Virginia. I mean,
it's what it is.
It is what it is. Like, I mean, I can see them keeping the name, but I mean, honestly, if it was up to me,
you already know.
Yeah, it's gone.
I already know what you're talking about.
The whole cross, anything.
But that was that. That's
not that cross. Like because it has the Confederate flag, Dixie.
Oh, yeah.
It's like I can't. All of that
Stars and bars.
Yeah, it would be going because of me. But it's for their tournament. It is what it is. I'm just like, all right, whatever. But
I saw the comments. I was gonna pull it up, and I was like, you know what? I don't even feel like dealing with all that. But yeah, I wonder how that's gonna work. I wonder if you're gonna. Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna go, but I wonder if Dewey will be in attendance. I wonder.
I'll be in DC that weekend. Anyway.
Yeah.
I think like 30th, 31st or whatever. Yeah. I'm not.
It was one of those things like Joe Corley is always at the Battle of Atlanta. They always bring his name up. They always do that. Would they do something like that? Would they like to say, hey, the original tournament promoter?
It wouldn't be this year.
Coach of the God Squad,
I don't think it would be this year.
Obviously,
if they did it.
It'd be a year or two afterwards. Hey, you just want to bring him back up, starting this event. Ran it for XYZ.
That's. I'm not the most religious person in the world, but it has to be. I guess that it's starting to be associated. Like, if you really start thinking about the God Squad, and you start thinking, oh, that means they're intolerant. They're not tolerant. You know what I mean? Like like the more you start doing that, it's starting to become a very negative thing, which is not a good. It's not a good thing. Like like I
always thought it was a cool team name. Then
the God Squad.
Yeah. I like it. Just like Kick Team and their music and their demo team and all that stuff. I always thought it was cool.
Yeah. But when you say something about somebody being religious, then you think of them being closed-minded these days.
Yes.
So it's kind of like it's starting to get into this weird thing of like, you can't be Christian or religion or like wait,
you can't just be
weird.
overly religious on any way, because when you push that, you're automatically assumed to be stereotyped and grouped into with the extremes from that religion,
right?
Whatever it is. Obviously the post started about Islam, and So and posts like that are why people who look at those Christians,
that's what I'm saying.
Those types of Christians, those aren't to me. Those aren't real Christians, but those types of Christians who preach that hate and that stuff. I mean, that's why they're looked at like that.
Yeah,
that's why you're
and it's given
a big push lately into atheism. Like, it's a huge push in non-belief, non-whatever at all.
That's
and that's been a big push, and based upon science now and all the rest of that. But
it's weird how we start to. One of the things that's crazy is that that in Batman Dark Knight, one of my favorite movies, that Two-Face.
Yes.
He was like, Harvey Dent. He was like, okay, you either die a hero or you live long enough to become the villain. And it's like, is Christianity starting to live so long that it's starting to become the villain at this point? Like, people are they thinking like in that nature?
Well,
it's just,
it all depends on if you were a Christian or a non-Christian to begin with. If you looked at Christianity being the good guy or the bad guy, that in the history of the world is a big, broad topic.
Yeah, but
what I think for a lot of people, and especially a lot of people that I talk to about this subject, is they're so sick of the fighting between the three major, all three Abrahamic religions. When the fighting in between the three of them, how can any of them be right if they're doing this to each other? So that's why you're seeing the push between a lot of academics, especially a lot of highly intelligent people, backing away from those things, because, well, if I follow this in doctrine, and I'm put this into my body, my soul, my belief system, and I'm watching what it does to these three people, or these three groups of people and three religions that all come from the same place. How they've structured themselves so far out, and this one's broken off into so many sects, and this one's broken off into so many sects. How can we really talk about any of them being right if all of them are fighting with each other?
Right.
So, and that's why you see that push now, people backing out. And then you have the people who staunchly and sternly dig their heels in and no, this is the only way. So, neither way is, right or wrong. To each his own, and every path is the right way for each person. As long as your path don't supersede and step into my path, because I cut your toes off.
Well, we went down
I don't turn the other cheek.
Rabbit hole down there, didn't we?
But yeah, I mean, that's kind of, I think that's kind of what happens there.
Yeah, it's just an interesting dynamic. I'm always looking at us as a people, just watching. I'm like a watcher. I just watch people, and I try and understand their motivations behind everything, right. Because it's just interesting to see how all of a sudden, like, the shootings this weekend, very upsetting, but. Did you see what Neil deGrasse Tyson said?
Of course I did. 500 in the same 48-hour span. 500 people died of medical malpractice.
Yeah, he started saying all these facts, and everybody's like, "Yo, what the hell is wrong with you?" Like da 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 da. And he's like, "Oh, he backed off. He did put out a statement.
He took a little. Hey, I didn't mean to ruffle too many feathers or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, think about it. We talk about the gun violence, and the real statistic is you are like 0.0004% of a chance that you are more likely. You have the odds of you being bitten and eaten and dying from a shark is greater than you dying from gunfire. The issue of you dying from heart disease or a car accident or, I said it before, driving your car and hitting a cow is much greater than you getting struck by lightning is almost on the same level as you getting shot and killed by a gun. That's wild. Unless you live in certain areas where obviously those concentrations are a little bit different. Mm-hmm. That's why people are always like, well, what about Chicago and what about those cities? So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like in the grand scheme of things that people lose their life on, 0.00004% or something like that. You have a bigger chance, and you will probably run the risk of dying from secondhand smoke more than you will from a gunshot, statistically speaking.
You know, it's always upsetting about certain things.
Yes.
If you guys didn't know, I'm from Detroit, and if you look at all these stupid
arguments,
ratings. For the most dangerous city, we like top 3, right?
Usually.
But Chicago been killing people.
Oh.
But New York's robbing and killing people. Like, yo, it's a lot more happening there. Oh, no, but the odds and the percentage.
Per capita.
And then they throw in, they start throwing in like poverty and all this other stuff. I'm like, yo, that has nothing to do with.
Yes, it does. It does. Poor people are aggravated already, so there's those.
What I'm saying is,
people who drive around in Teslas aren't going to go around shooting each other for the most part. People who ain't got no car, ain't got no food, are probably going to rob and shoot each other for the most part. Statistically speaking, that's generally the most. I mean, now, when the lady with the dang Tesla decides to go kill, like, everybody on the cheerleading team because her daughter didn't get on it, that's a different level, though.
Yeah, but
Bro, hold on, time out real quick. Just respect. I opened up 2 of these Starburst wrappers, and I got all 4 pinks. And it is not the flavor red joints, bro. Like. Shout out to Starburst.
Well, first off, I'm about to open this, and I bet you I get red.
You can get 2 oranges, bro.
I bet you I get red. Nah, they all pink. What's it
It's not flavor reds, bro. They say original on them.
Yeah.
Bro, it came out like that.
Oh, that's crazy. I like pink. I do like pink. I like pink. I like yellow.
The yellow Starburst, everybody would be giving away the yellow Starburst.
I take them. I love them. I hate the red. Like, everybody else loves the red. I hate the red. Like, I don't like the red.
Okay. It's a red dot number 5, man. That's in there.
Hey, look, man, I'm not a fan of them. But what I was going to say was, when it comes to Detroit, we get a bad rap on a lot of stuff. But at the same time, I was like, yo, fam, come on now. Like, I understand what y'all doing, but y'all are skewing certain things. And it's like, yo, just because a lot of people moved out of the city, So it's a lot of abandoned buildings there. Like, yeah, everybody live in the suburbs. Like there's still a whole bunch of people there. They just live on the outside. Like, they're just chilling. Like, yo, all right, nah, y'all running stuff not right. We going outside the city, and that's all it is.
And the jobs.
But nobody's talking about Southfield, Michigan. They're talking about Detroit, and so Detroit's the main one. So it's like, oh, Detroit is this horrible city. I'm like, no, it's not as bad as you. Really? It's not as bad as you think it is.
I've been a few times, and I've never really been nervous. I've always had a good time.
What was funny that Kevin did get robbed.
Well,
he got burgled. He got burgled. I guess he went downtown and he left his karate stuff in his back and in the trunk, and somebody broke into the trunk of his car, and I was like, why were you downtown?
Yeah, first off.
Like, wait, why were you downtown? Oh,
why did you drive into downtown? Like, you could have taken, like,
it's what it is.
Transportation down there.
Why would your bag in the back of your car?
I wouldn't park my car.
You go to the hotel.
No. Yes, exactly.
Why did you put your stuff back in the hotel? What's going on?
Be smart about it.
You know what? Oh, I don't. You know what? Hey, stuff happens. They still shouldn't have broke into your car. But anyway, so anything else, man? I'm gonna get out of here, man. We're just gonna hang today.
We're gonna call it a night, man.
Yeah,
that's about it. Looking forward to this weekend at the Caps.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to see who's there. I always like seeing the legends that show up. You know what I mean? Every year that I'm there, there's always, like, when I look around, I'm always in awe of, for me, the legends from when I was a kid who are still there and who come around, because that's one of the tournaments that actually shows real respect to the older generation, to the pioneers, as I like to say now. You know, you can't call them older generation. You know, the pioneers of our sport, the dudes that shifted it from that hard.
You call them older, not old.
That's true. I did say older.
You said older. So
I did.
You're right there.
But yeah, I'm always interested to see that. It's always good to see, Linda Denley and then everybody else up at DC.
Yeah, love seeing it. All right. Anything else, Chris?
Man, we'll see y'all next week. We'll have a good wrap up for some events, have some live stuff.
So yeah, because Cap's gonna. I got a feeling Cap's is gonna have some.
I like watching Caps
because the New York people come down, the Southern people come
DMV
up.
people are there.
Yeah. And I know Impact's usually goes. I'm not sure if they're going this year or not, but
let's see how's Gorham doing. Did he get injured?
He did. I haven't talked to him. So I have no idea. Excuse me.
Yeah, that's it, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully get some good stuff.
Gonna get out of here on some Thundercats, baby.
Man, I'm gonna go home and put on my hard drive and watch the Thundercats.
I need to.
Man,
see y'all next week.
I got them all.
Man.
Peace.